Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a quick unboxing to do to show you a very, very cool, wait a minute. There's more tape going across here. A very, very cool version. There's two new configurations that just came out of a very cool knife. If I can get it out of the box. And yes, check it out. It's a Tempest Knives. And if you're in the knife community, you've heard of Tempest Knives and you know what we're talking about. You could smell what I'm stepping in. There's a Tempest sticker. That's very cool. Very, very cool. Now this is a new configuration of, you know what this is, right? And you'd think I would have checked and cleaned it beforehand, but hey, you know, I use my knives. This is the Tempest Knives Microburst. This is one of the versions, and you know, I will clean it up so you can see what it looks like, but this is the raindrop version. I had two different versions. One of them I gave away, and it was a channel member that won it, and that knife is now in Costa Rica. Wait a minute, is that right? Yeah, it's in Costa Rica. So here's the card that comes with it. And yes, check it out, y'alls. Check it out, y'alls. This is the Tempest Knives. Wait a minute. Oh, see, it took, I had it all planned out. I was going to say it as it came out, and it had to be a Ziploc bag. This is the Tempest Knives Microburst in monochrome. There are two new versions, the monochrome, and then the other version is the blue lightning. But look at it. Just look at it. You can make this whatever color you want. You can dye it. And it has a reversible deep carry clip, pretty deepish. There's just a little bit that hangs out. This, I'm going to tell you from experience. I've carried this knife in one way or another since I got it. That's why, well, it's dirty because I use it a heck of a lot. And it's a great EDC knife. And let's check this one out. Yes, oh yes, just as equally as well. Now this one, you can see we have a black stonewash going on. It's 14C28 in, baby. So we have the good steel. Oh yeah, nice and clean. What does it say down here? Oh yeah, 14C. And if you could see, here's what the pivot looks like. When you get that version, you can get this version here with the monochrome, the blacked out. Some people I think would call that Stormtrooper, but you know I have a large width hand and this knife still fits my hand very well. And I love that you can choke up. It is such a comfortable knife. And look up top here. It has very good jimping. You can tell that this was designed by a YouTuber that has seen hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of knives and found out that, yes, something we like is to be able to choke up on the knife and get right up there next to the heel so we can actually do our cutting. Something else is if you're going to have jimping, make it work. Make it actually give you grip. You have to have some grippage on your jimpage, right? And it works. It just works so well. And let's see, left and right, up and down, it's solid, and the lockup is right in the middle. How is the centering on this bad boy? I can't hardly see. It is centered, yes, and it's very flicky. You can reverse flick it. Oh yeah, nice and snappy. I like to open it like this because it just works so well. And the classic slow roll. So you have two or three easy methods to open it. A lot of times I open it like this when I'm doing my cutting, but this is such a fantastic knife. I don't have to. I know if you haven't seen these knives before, the Microburst, that you might not know as much about it. But I can tell you from experience, these are fantastically made. The action, the ergos, everything about them are so good. I'm going to clean this off real quick. There we go. That'll look just a little better when we sandwich a QSP penguin in the middle, because everybody should have a penguin, right? So this is what it looks like next to the penguin. It's a little bit wider, and of course you have a lot taller, slicier blade. The blade works so well on it, and it comes down. If you look here, here is your pivot. Your point is below the pivot. So it makes it really easy to do utility cutting, get it into packages. It's such a great EDC knife. And I'm not trying to oversell it because I don't have to. It's a great knife. You can ask anybody. You can come and hang out on Friday nights. Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. On the live stream, ask. You'll see how many people have one of the Microburst and how much they love it. Now, I just checked my notes here. Is definitely one thing to keep in mind is that there are less than 30 of this version and the Blue Lightning version. So if you like it, or you're liking it, or you've been sleeping on it and you haven't got one of the Microburst and you're wanting one of these new ones, They're going to drop August 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 2023, and they're not going to be around for very long. There's less than 30 of each one. So this is something that KC over at Knives Fast, who is the designer of Tempest Knives, this is what he did. They've dropped down to 79 bucks, and to take their place are these fancy ones. So these fancy ones are going to be around the $92 mark, which is an excellent value for what you get. And then the regular versions, the micarta versions, drop down to 79. And I'm not sure if that's going to include the ones with the raindrop or not. I got the raindrop scale separate, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. And I know there's not a ton of these left either. This is a hot item, and it won't surprise me that as soon as this drop happens on October 2nd, that these are going to be gone in like 10 minutes or less. And I gave you their length of being 7 inches with a 3-inch blade, but let's get in here and see. The raindrop pattern is 3.22 ounces, and this G10 version is going to come in at 3.46 ounces. So they're both right in that sweet spot. They have a good weight to them, a good balance, and I love these knives. It's such a good knife. When I'm not carrying this in my pocket, it's in my pouch, it's in my backpack, or clipped on the outside of my backpack in a molly. Love this freaking knife. So tell me in the comments, do you already have a Microburst from Tempest Knives, or are you thinking about getting one? Are you going to get one of these new bad boys? Let me know. We'll talk about it. And definitely come and hang out at the live stream. If you're subscribed and you hit that bell button, you'll get notified a half an hour before the live stream starts. That's when we have a lot of fun. You got to come to check it out because we do giveaways and all that fun stuff. But until then, go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy that. And I'll see you in the chats, in the live streams, and in the comments of this video. Remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.